Now, have you heard of the T? And no, we're not talking about the latest hot goss. It's a new app that says it's created to help keep women safe while dating by allowing them to upload photos of men they say they've dated or may date. And while creators tout the app as a dating safety tool, some men argue it's a threat to cybersecurity, sounding the alarm about their photos being used without their consent. In fact, just this past Friday, the app says they suffered a major data breach resulting in a leak of over 70,000 photos and other files. Joining our conversation now is popular relationship and dating coach Anwar White and cybersecurity and data protection expert Caitlin Sarian. Now, thank you guys for joining me. Anwar, I want to start with you. The Office of Women's Health.org says about 40% of college women have experienced violence or abuse in a dating relationship. This app could be a revolutionary tool for women's safety, working almost like a group chat. How can sharing information like this among women be helpful?
Yeah, so I understand the intention of the T app, right? One of the things that I experience as a dating coach every day is my clients saying that they don't feel safe while they are dating. I will say that I do have reservations on this specific app. And the reason I have that is because there's a difference between people who are talking about their experiences in a private way, and then also people that are talking about their experiences in a public way. One-sided conversations can permanently damage someone's reputation. And if they're unverified, right, that can really do damage.
And Anwar, where do you think the line is drawn to distinguish women's safety and essentially putting someone else on blast?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. Like I was saying before, I have some serious concerns about this app, right? Men have no way to actually respond to accusations. They can't correct any false information, and especially when we're talking about having their photos removed or having their photos used without their consent. I think it's a major issue. And so, right, I understand the intention that we want women to feel safe while dating, but I do think that there are other ways that they can do it. Ultimately, this is about consent. And for most of the men that are on that app, they didn't have consent in using their personal information and their photos being
Uh,
used.
all right, Caitlin, I want to go to you now. You call yourself the cybersecurity girl. Are there risks with an app like the T?
There are risks with every app. So I actually find it very interesting that people trust an app developer over a person that they could potentially meet in person. I mean, this actually wasn't a hack. This was like a leak. And it's basically like if you were to think about a company verifying you the old school way, right? Like if we printed out a piece of paper with your ID and then they actually just like left that file open on the sidewalk and whoever grabbed it, and it was now open to the public. So it's a leak. It was a vibe coded app, which means that they basically used AI to build this. They were not coding experts, and because of that, they're not thinking about it from a cybersecurity or privacy perspective. But then there's a bunch of women that are going on this platform thinking that it's safe, believing and trusting whoever has built this app is building it for the best with the best intentions, but really they're trusting these people blindly. And I think there's a huge issue right now with our culture where if it's on an app or it's on a website, it's similar to the misinformation, disinformation, right? We're blindly trusting the people that are behind the technology, but for some reason, we're still not able to trust someone that we potentially meet in person. So I think there's a very interesting culture shock and difference that we need to start maybe filtering through. But I'm a data privacy expert too. I lived in London for 2 years. I think this is a huge privacy risk and issue when it comes to the men. And I want women to be safe online as much as possible. And I also want men to be safe online dating. There are a lot of risks with online dating, and we can definitely talk about the things that we need to do to keep ourselves safe. But
Let's
I
talk
don't know
about
if
that
it's
right now,
enough.
Caitlin. I want to cut in there real quick. Now, this app, you say that it does have some issues, but the whole idea was the app was just to make people safe when dating. So do you have some tips that you can share with online daters to make sure that they feel comfortable putting themselves out there?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, a lot of the options of this app is like, oh, you can do a reverse image search and find out all the other profiles. That's been an option for a couple years now. So if you're already weary, if you have that gut instinct of like, oh, this doesn't seem right. Like, one, I wouldn't ever give your real phone number. Set up a Google Voice number. You can get so much information on people through their phone number. Two is I would reverse image search, see what other profiles are out there, look at their social media. What is it? What do you feel when you're looking at that social media? I mean, us humans have a very good like core instinct of we can usually tell whether someone's good or bad, right? So start doing your research on other apps outside of this T app that's like all encompassing, right? So don't give your voice, meet in public. Don't be giving personal information. Like, don't ask them to pick you up on a first date and give them your address. Like, just be very mindful of the information that you're choosing and electing to share with a potential stranger.
All right, guys, you got to swipe right. Anwar White and Caitlin Sarian, thank you so much.